The show has sort of strangely been in development, trying to find its way to this culmination for longer than you've been alive.
It's been more than half a century since composer-lyricist Stephen Schwartz and the late book writer Joseph Stein first set out to bring The Baker's Wife to life on stage. And now, after decades of rewrites, workshops, false starts, and diehard fan devotion, she's finally arrived in New York City, taking up residence at Off-Broadway's classic stage company.
Having Ariana DeBose star as the baker's wife, how did this collaboration come to be?
I was astonished and gratified that she was interested. Ariana came over and we sang together just to make sure it would be comfortable for her, and it was more than comfortable. And I, already had a glimmer of what this could be with Ariana in the show. It's not a secret that I feel she has redefined this role.
How does it feel to be back in the fall season, right now doing theater?
Honestly, it's like a big warm hug, one that I really needed a hug right about now. But I'm thrilled, and I'm thrilled to be doing it this way. I really wanted to do a piece that felt like a true ensemble. I've never been a person that's like, I must play the lead character. That's not really my vibe. I look for characters that have impact. Most people know me as the Bullet in Hamilton, and that is not really a named character. In fact, I don't think I really spoke 2 words. But that work made me better. When I decided to choose to come back to my roots, I wanted to come back to that principle that ensemble work makes you better. And this piece does that.
Qui c'est qui le fera bon? Et pourquoi je le ferai mauvais?
Et pourvu qu'il soit aussi beau que ta femme, eh ben ça nous suffira.
The show, which is based on a 1938 French film, is set in a small village. The village has been without bread since the last baker passed away. When a new baker and his wife Geneviève arrive, they bring more than warm loaves to the community. They stir up the whole town. Ariana plays Geneviève opposite Scott Bakula's baker.
Who is your version of the baker's wife?
Well, so many wonderful women have played the part throughout the show's life, but I think my Geneviève is a beautiful conundrum of many things. And I think what attracted me so much to her was the idea of playing someone who doesn't traditionally fight back. I really empathized with all of Geneviève's journey and what it is to make decisions or choices in an instant that change your life, and then seeing them through to the end, which ultimately just kind of what life is.
Midway through the musical, Geneviève delivers the show's most notable song, Meadowlark, a parable about a bird who chooses to remain with the king who adores her, rather than fly away with the sun god who beckons her.
Her voice could match the angels in its glory, but she was blind.
The song has been a signature tune for decades for Broadway leading ladies like Betty Buckley, Liz Calloway,
Walls were burnished bronze and golden braid,
and Patti LuPone,
and that's from an ivory chalice, and he
who played the role of Geneviève during the show's out-of-town tryout in 1976.
My meadowlark, sing for me of the silver morning.
Stephen's known for writing these incredible songs, and you get to sing one of them in this show, which is Meadowlark. What is that like for you every night?
It's thrilling and a little daunting. I've loved this song for so many years, I've talked about it before. It was a part of a curriculum I created for myself while I was on my first national tour. I was in Bring It On the musical, rah rah, sis boom bam. And the song sort of became a goal of mine. I don't know if people really understand this about me, but I actually am a very anxious vocalist, and it's taken me till now, I'm 34 years old, to actually feel confident in my singing. And I think this is some of the best singing I've ever done. But at the end of the day, what I think Meadowlark has taught me is you don't have to sing these crazy riffs. His music has taught me to always trust the ink, trust the simplicity of a melody, and trust the integrity of the storytelling.
The song Meadowlark is also a staple for musical theater lovers all around the globe. But as Stephen told me, it was not a favorite of the show's original producer, David Merrick.
Famously hated the song.
And what did he do, Stephen?
Well, there's the famous story during our torturous, endless out-of-town tryout, dragging our sorry selves from city to city. David Merrick went into the orchestra pit in Washington, D.C. and took all the parts from Meadowlark and took it back to New York with him so it couldn't be performed. So that one day, Patti LuPone just had to run off into the night without singing, which is how David Merrick thought it should be. And of course it was a prank, and of course he brought the parts back the next day. And we kind of all had a sardonic laugh about the whole thing.
Well, clearly Stephen Schwartz is getting the last laugh. This fall he's everywhere. Off-Broadway with The Baker's Wife, on Broadway with The Queen of Versailles starring Kristen Chenoweth, and lighting up movie theaters around the world with Wicked for Good.
This theater nerd inside who just adores you and looks up to you and is so inspired by you. What's next? What music is Stephen Schwartz going to give us next?
Well, I think I'm going to do one more new show.
Ooh.
I think I know what it's going to be. I want to finish in terms of doing new musicals, because they take 5 years, so it is a journey, or sometimes 55 years.
There's no formula.
Yeah, and I wanted to finish up with my son Scott directing, and we have an idea. I think has solved a story that I've been interested in but hadn't been able to solve for myself. So, that's all I'll say at this point.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more premiere theater coverage and exclusive interviews, click the subscribe button. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you there.